What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Deer Hunting Camp. We're going back after the 200-inch trophy whitetail today. Give me just a second, let me get things set up, and we'll get it underway. What's up, Carson? Hope you're doing well, man. What's up, Ghost? How you doing, man? Hope you guys are doing well. Just getting the stream all set up, ready to go. Give me 1 second. We got to refresh something, and then we'll get underway. Alrighty. That should help us. Let's get out onto it. I already had a campaign started from last night. I did have a trophy buck show up in this field, and he never made an appearance, unfortunately. So we are going to give it a little bit extra time. Like I said today, guys, we are going to shoot deer a little bit early, but since we have a trophy in the area, we are going to give him all the time we can. Let me see, where's the road? This is PSR Fields, by the way, guys. So we are hunting over top of 2 fields, and it's not that far of a walk. So I'm not even going to take the car in. Oh, that's awesome, Carson. Congratulations. That's awesome. Glad to hear it's growing for you, somebody. Like I said, just keep putting stuff out. As long as everybody likes what you're doing, you will grow. Unfortunately, we did lose 2 subscribers. We had 440, and then over the course of 1 day, the 2 people decided to leave, but it happens. Should be getting close to my tree stand by now. There it is. Yeah, guys, hope you both are doing well. Hope you guys have had a good past couple of days. Did you guys happen to see that short that I dropped? That was showing that buck that was all glitched out. That thing was funny. I shot him, and then he took off running, and then instead of dying, he just froze in place, took a step forward, and then flopped over. That was hilarious. See, I don't see nothing out in the field just yet. We are in the middle of the rut right now, by the way, guys. I am doing 3 muzzleloader hunts and 3 rifle hunts on this map. This map isn't the greatest for bow. Excuse me, it isn't the greatest for bow hunting, as you guys can tell. It's kind of a mid to long range map. And I did set up on the field behind me yesterday to try to see if I liked it any better, and I really didn't. I don't know really what it was, just something about that field I didn't like, and I decided to restart my campaign and come here. I did see a trophy buck that was working the trail that's back here behind me yesterday, but unfortunately the white line was already getting past the R, and we were nearly out of time, and he didn't want to show up. I think he showed up whenever it got right around the T in timer, and then I never saw him again, so I had to shoot a little 8-pointer instead. But hopefully he'll make an appearance today and we'll get him. Gunsmoke, what's up, my friend? Hope you're doing well, buddy. Welcome to the stream, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Put a couple calls out today. See if there's any bucks out here that like the sound of this grunt caller. Should be good enough. Just to kind of let everybody know that where I'm at. Oh, I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. Just trying to get this trophied buck down. This is day 2 out of 6 that I'm hunting on this map. Last night I saw a big trophy. He came out back here behind me. Couldn't tell exactly how big he was. I just know that he was big enough to be a trophy-sized buck on the game. And then he walked his way that direction, and I never saw him again. And I think he appeared like right around the halfway point, so when it was between the N and the T and my session timer. So he was like right there, and he didn't show back up, and it was getting late in the day, and I ended up having to shoot a little late pointer. But he is in the area, so hopefully I'll be able to get him today. Or maybe who knows, maybe a big 200 will finally show up. That's the one trophy that I've not been able to get, which is this game's great one, if you will. And it's a 200 scoring whitetail. They can be various sizes, though. They doesn't just cut off at 200. They can actually be big. They can actually be over 200 by a slight amount. Nobody really knows how much bigger they can get. But, yeah, the 200 whitetail is this game's great one as of now. I don't think there's any non-typicals, and I also don't think there's any rare colors just yet. But those are coming to the game, I believe, at some point in the future. Yeah, it has, Gunsmoke. It has been a little while. Anything interesting going on in your life, man? Is your injury healing up better? I believe that was you that had the surgery. If not, then just overlook me, but I'm pretty sure that was you. See anything on the trail cameras? Yes, there is. What do we got? Nothing on this one, so that means it's going to be the one out in front of me to the right. I've only got 2 out. Well, it did say there was something on my trail cameras. They've either passed them up already or something's going on, because I don't see anything. Huh. No, that wasn't you? Okay. Alright, there's somebody else then. I can't remember who it was. Somebody ended up getting hurt, and they had to have surgery, and I thought that was you, so I apologize. I think it's right out there, if I'm not mistaken. I do see movement. Can't tell what it is, though. And it could also just be where I'm moving and the grass is kind of flashing with the movement. Yeah, I've just been in love with this game, man. It's so good. It's so good. Alright, man, I appreciate it. Yeah, but I did figure out something though. On the map, no matter what you're hunting, and I'm actually thinking about doing a beginner's guide for this game because I've learned a lot since I've started playing, and I've really came to understand how this game works a lot. But it does turn out that the more trail cameras you have, the less deer you'll see. And I think having a lot of trail cameras out, you can have up to 5 of them. But if you have anything more than like 3, especially on the smaller maps, like this one, you really won't see that many deer. And I think that the trail cameras, where the game is having to keep up with what's in front of them as well as what's actually out on the map, I think it actually kind of hinders the game from bringing more deer into the map. At least I've noticed that. I've had empty days without trail cameras too, but I have noticed that that a majority of the time, if I end up having like 3 to 5 trail cameras out, the game really doesn't show me too many deer throughout the day. So I'm trying to limit myself to 2, and then on the big maps I'll just push it to 3, and that's it. I try to do one camera per trail. Don't know when any animal's going to show up for me today, but hopefully it won't be too long. It's a beautiful morning. I got a trail back here behind my stand. That's what they've been following the most. And honestly, if I knew this trail would be here, I probably would have done a bow season, because that's like a perfect bow shot right there. But unfortunately, most of the time the trails are like around the outer edges. This is like the first time I've ever had a trail right down the middle like this. So, but muzzleloader without sights will still work just as good as a bow would. So I ain't too fussed about it. Ooh, you got a super rare piebald red deer the other day? Dude, I am so jealous. That like I've told everybody, that's the one trophy I've never got on Call of the Wild. I've played 30, I think it's like 37.5 now. Like I'm nearly 3,800 hours into the game now. And I've never even laid eyes on a super rare potential. Like I've had like animals that were like gold rares that I knew would not make diamond, but they were still big. But I've never seen like an actual animal that was like the level Like, for instance, I've never seen like a legendary anything with a rare color, and I've never seen like a 5 medium anything with a rare color, or a 3 or a 3 hard. You know what I mean? Like Whitetail. I've just never ever seen a deer like that on Call of the Wild. So whenever that day comes that we do see an official great super rare on my map, you guys will see probably a great one level freak out from me, or probably even bigger. Because imagine hunting almost 4,000 hours in a hunting game, seeing everybody else get these trophies, and you've never even laid eyes on one in 3,800 hours of playing the game. So yeah, that day's gonna be an epic, epic day. Well, what we got here? There he is. That's a trophy. That's a different trophy though. Oh, that's a beautiful buck. Ooh, that's a very pretty buck. Okay, he did stop and freeze there, which means that he might have been attracted. I think he was. I think we got him coming in on a string. Ooh, that's a beautiful rack, man. 266, let's go. I don't know what this guy's going to be, but he's coming in quick. I'm going to get my gun up. Closer he can get, the better. This is definitely a trophy-sized buck. Come on, buddy. That's a good shot, but I'm too worried that he might be too far. I'd like him to be a little bit closer. You know what? I think I can make that shot. I am pretty sure. There he is. I think. Is that him or is that a different buck? That's a different buck there. Yeah, that's a little 8 point. I hope we got him. I mean, that felt good. Yeah, we got him. He's right here. Let's go. He dropped in the smoke. That is a monster. Oh, that is gorgeous. Right beside the tree stand, too. Yeah, so he was definitely in range. All right, well, he's just right here, so I'll know where he is. Let's go get the car. Let's go. First deer of the live stream is the trophy that I saw yesterday. Let's go. I knew that he was huge yesterday, but I didn't get a good look at him. I don't know if this is my first 200 or not. I'm hoping it is. Like I said, that's a rare animal to get on this game. Flinter got lucky on one of his videos, though. He ended up hunting 2 days in a row and got 200s back to back. I don't know how he pulled that off. But yeah, in one of Flinter's videos, he was playing this game and he ended up getting 200 racks back to back. I don't know if they both broke 200, if one was in the 190s. But, like, you can get a 200s rack and it not make it. Like, you can actually get, like a 189 or 190s, a scoring rack that's the 200 rack. So, actually getting one that scores 200 is the one that I'm after. That is a great opening morning. Well, I guess that ain't really opening morning since it's the second, but that is awesome. That's an awesome way to begin the day. And the collar worked too, man. The collar doesn't always work. I think you have like a 20% chance of actually bringing the deer to you with a collar. But I think like during the rut, which is what we're hunting right now, I think it's like bumped up to like 30 or 40% chance. Where'd he go? I'm so excited I can't remember where he fell. He was like right here. Right on the edge of the woods. Did I pass him up? I did. There he is. Let's go and load that bad boy up. Yeah. What's up, my friend? You are a stud. Alright, let's take him back home. Get ready for day 3. Alright, now that we got the trophy rack buck, the next hunt's going to be a normal hunt unless we lay eyes on another one. So, if the white timer, if you guys see it up there on the right hand side of the screen, if the white bar gets to the T, usually you've already seen everything that you're going to see during the day. I have been surprised before and had a trophy just run in it, like whenever it got to the M or the E before. But usually, on most of the hunts that I've hunted, you've seen everything the game's going to show you by the time it gets to the T. So, if we don't see a trophy by the time it gets there and there's like a little 8-pointer in the field or something, we'll probably go ahead and just shoot it. That is a 181, guys. That's 5 points off my PB. My PB is a 186, and I caught a 184 the other night. So I knew that one wasn't going to make 200, but that's still a monster. Let's go ahead and get to the next one. Oh, got that walk all the way back. But like I said, these fields are so close to the opening zone. I mean, I'm gonna put this down just for a minute. But for anybody who might be here right now or become here at a later time, as you guys can see, these fields are very close to the house. So I don't like taking the ATV out. This is the only map I believe where I don't actually drive the ATV to the place. And honestly, I'm actually debating doing the same thing on PSR Mountains as well because that one's pretty close to the starting point as well. I love the morning hunts on this game. If you guys ever play this game or anything, that is my favorite time to hunt is during the mornings. I like the evening hunts too, but it just feels different. Coming in whenever everything's dark and then watching the sunrise, to me it's just more immersive than whenever you're coming in when the sun is up and then you get to watch it become night. I don't know what it is. I just like hunting the mornings on this game a little bit better than I like hunting the evenings. But if I notice that I've hunted like 2 days in a row in the mornings and I'm just not seeing anything, then usually I will switch it over to evenings and just see if it changes my luck. But sometimes you just have a dead server. However, I do think, like I said, I do think that trail cameras have a lot to do with it. If you guys are using like 5 trail cameras every single map, sure, you still have some days where everything operates fine and you'll still see a few deer. But usually I've noticed that most of my empty days are whenever I've had like a max amount of trail cameras out. So I'm trying to limit myself to just one camera per trail. And if there's a trail that like crosses, I can't really show you guys, but down there where the one is, there's actually 2 trails that cross each other. And so that's a definite place for me to put a trail cam. And then anywhere that's kind of like out of the way that I can't see, so that's why I put 2 up there. There is another trail that's out and directly in front of me, but obviously I'm going to see anything that comes out of that area. So there's really no point in me putting a trail camera there because if something follows that trail, it's just going to end up in front of me anyways. So yeah, guys, I would not recommend anybody using more than like 2 or 3 trail cameras at the most, and even 3's pushing it in my opinion. So I used to use all 5, but like I said, most days were just dead. And then as soon as I dropped it back down to like 2 cameras, it started operating normal again, where I'd see a pretty good handful of deer each day. Well, as usual, this is the rut, so let's go ahead and break out the collar. Just 2 different directions, just to let everybody know where I'm at. And then whenever the white bar gets to the S, we will then call in the other 2 directions. So that way and that way. You don't have to do it that way. It's just, to me, it makes me feel like I'm doing different stuff. And plus, it kind of keeps you from overcalling as well. So peaceful, man. That was a really good way to open up the stream, though. Trophy buck right off the bat, 181. That was a big boy. I love it whenever those guys want to show up. Oop, we got something. Don't see. Oh, there it is. It's back there in the back. I can't tell what it is though. I think it's a doe. Yeah, no, it's a little forky, a little 4-pointer. Back there in top right of the screen there. Is there anything on my other camera? Nothing at that crossing, so that's fine. Hopefully we'll get a big boy show up today. Hopefully we get that 200. I am dying to get the 200 on this game. I do hope that they'll bring a trophy lodge to the game at some point though. That would be nice to have some sort of trophy lodge, even if it's like a simplistic one where it's like it just keeps your biggest scoring like top 5 bucks. That would still be pretty cool in my opinion. But if you ever bring like non-typicals and like more randomized antlers to the game or rare colors to the game, in my opinion, they need to have like a full blown trophy lodge where you actually get to pick and choose where you place trophies. Let's glass and see if I can see anything out there. I'm not seeing anything right now. I'm guessing that the bucks are occupied with their does at the moment. This is our last rut hunt, and then we move to the winter for the rifle season. And I think I'm gonna try evenings for the rifle season because I'm trying to hunt over food, and I think that evenings work better for like food plots. But I've had really good success during the mornings too, though, so I don't know. Maybe I'll do one morning and one evening. Just to kind of change things up. And then I think we'll move to PSR Woods today, because that one hasn't been featured in a live stream yet, so I'll probably do PSR Woods after this map. Because that one is currently my second favorite map in the game. But honestly, though, they're all great. Like, I used to have, like, my little nitpicks where I didn't really care for this map too much, but it's mainly just because, like I said, you can't really bow hunt, and bow hunting is like my, like, one of my most favorite things to do on the game. It's probably my favorite way to hunt in the game. But this map usually is about a mid to long range hunting map. So, I don't normally come to this map if I'm in the mood for bow hunting. But it's still a great map, though, especially if you're wanting to hunt over a giant food plot with, like, muzzleloaders and rifles. It's a very good gun map. Oh, wrong button. Meant to click the other stick. Alright, let's break out the collar again. This time we're going to go the other two directions. Hopefully that'll encourage some old buck to come through here and see who's messing with his territory. Property, territory, I guess is basically the same thing. Good thing I'm not live streaming an IRL hunt right now, because I would be way too loud. I'd be spooking everything off. Deer ain't going to let me do commentary in real life. I'm going to wait till it gets to about the second S before we call again. I like to go every third during the rut. So, like, first third, so, like, right at the start of the morning, I'll call 2 times. And then when it gets to the S, I'll call 2 times. And then to the third S, I'll call again. And then when it gets to the N, and then it gets to the M. And usually by that time, like I said, if you've pretty much seen all the deer you're going to see throughout the day, you still can be surprised. There's a deer out there. But usually if it gets to the T in session timer, usually I'll go ahead and just shoot a buck. So that way I can move on to my next day. Like I said, I have been surprised before waiting all the way until the end of the day. I've had a buck I didn't even know was in the area show up at like the R. But for live stream purposes and stuff, we're not going to do that today. I want to make sure that we aren't spending the whole stream just sitting here for like 30 minutes straight at a time. Because I do think that it's 30 minutes, guys. I think that one in-game full day is 30 minutes. I'm pretty sure. It takes half an hour of IRL time to get through one day. So, which I love, but for live streaming purposes, I'm going to try to cut it in half and make it where we're just going to be on each day for about 15 minutes. Star Wars! What's up, my friend? Hope you're doing well, buddy. I missed you in the last live stream, man. Let's see. Glad to see you was able to make it today, though, buddy. We just got a trophy killed. If you want to go back and watch it on the stream, I think it was like maybe 15, 20 minutes ago. We killed a big buck that scored a 181. And that was our first deer we killed today. So, and this is the last day of muzzleloader season, and then we got 3 rifle hunts. So we'll see what we can't do for the day. Yeah, man, hope you're doing well. Mila, stop. Sorry, my dog was licking her paws, and it's annoying. Sounds that she makes when she's doing it. Galoop, galoop, galoop. Mila, stop. Lay down, baby. See, what time is it? It's getting there. So I do know that we have, I think, one decent little 8-pointer in here. We have the Forky, which is behind us right now, and I think we had a second Forky as well. So I'm not sure what else we might have on the map. I haven't seen a second trophy buck, but you can definitely go 6 days in a row with trophies. That's just really unheard of, though. Is that a doe or is that Forky? Okay, so that's our first doe of the day. I don't see a partner with her though. I guess the Forky went around me because I guess he was in the field earlier. So I guess he just went on. Again, guys, if you're playing this game, you want to call very seldomly. Even during the rut, you want it to be stretched out. Even though you're going to be calling a little bit more during the rut, you don't want to do it just like every time you get bored, because you can overcall in this game, which will spook animals. So you basically just want to call every during the rut. I like to call um, right at the crack of daylight, right when you can see. And then I would call again on when it gets to the first S. Call again when it gets to the third S. Call a third time when it gets to the N or in between the N and the T. And then if you want to stay later than that, then call again around the E in timer. And then the rest of then after you call that one, once you get to the R, if you're hunting out a full day, once you get to the R and timer, at that point, guys, just shoot whatever bucks in the field because you know you've seen everything by that point. For today though, if we get to the halfway point where the white bar gets to the T, that's about 15 minutes in, I believe. Then we will go ahead and just pop whatever buck or doe is in the field because I want to keep today's stream moving. Last time it took us a long time, and we only got to hunt like a few days out of the season. So I want to make sure that I have plenty of time to hunt with you guys today in different maps. Yeah, I know Star Wars. I figured as much. So, yeah, schools came back in, so unfortunately, I haven't changed my stream schedule just yet, but I might have to do that soon. Where instead of going 2 to 5, I'll go 3 to 6. But I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to do that or not, because then my wife would have to wait like an extra hour for me when she gets off work, unless she gets off at 6 on like a Friday or something. So I might talk to her and see if that's a possibility, but otherwise my streams will have to stay where they are because I like to give my wife the evenings. Yeah, man, that's totally understandable, buddy. Let's see, what time is it? It's almost time to rip out the collar again. We're in between both of the S's right now. I'm going to wait till it gets right on that S. So here in just another minute or two. And then we'll call again in front of us and behind us. Anything on the trail cameras? We've only got 2 out this time around. Because I do believe having too many out does hinder the game. Nothing on them right now. Alright, I do believe that's close enough. We'll go ahead and rip out the collar again. See if there's any old bucks that don't like other deer in his area. And that's all I want to call. So now I'm not going to call again until it gets to the N. So about once every 3 letters during the rut. And then alternate your directions as well, guys. During the normal seasons, I gap it even further. So during the normal seasons, I'll once again rip out a call right as soon as it's bright enough to see. And then I probably won't call again until the third S. So unlike the rut, where I'll call again on the first one, I only call whenever once it gets to the third, and then I'll call again whenever it gets to the N and timer. So I only call about 3 times during the other seasons because 1, the deer don't really respond to the callers as much during those seasons, and 2, most of the time if you see a deer, it's coming to feed rather than chase after does and stuff. But they do sometimes bring the bucks to you. If you have a buck that comes into the field and you're trying to call him to you, call at him about twice or once. If you notice that he stops and his head comes up, just stop calling because that means he's heard you. And then you have about a 20% chance of him actually coming to you. And if he doesn't come to you, I give him about 1 more call, so 3 at the most. And if he still is going the other way, just let him walk. Because he'll stick around your map. Even if he may not come back that day, he will stick around your map, and you'll get a second chance at him. The same thing, Star Wars. We're doing deer hunting camp this week, and then my Call of the Wild will come back next week. I'm probably going to do, it just depends on my wife's schedule, but if I'm able to get 3 streams in next week, then I'm going to do I'm probably going to mix them up, depending on how long my streams can be next week. I'm probably going to do maybe an hour and a half of Call of the Wild and then an hour and a half of deer hunting camp, or I might do 1 stream of deer hunting camp and then 2 streams of Call of the Wild. It just depends. But we'll resume our grinding next week. It's just right now I'm really sold on this game. Absolutely, I'm just in love with this game. I'm playing it off stream as well, And I'm trying to get this game's great one. In this game, it does kind of sort of have a great one. And it's a rack that can score over 200. So that's currently what I'm after, is the 200 scoring rack. My personal best on this game right now is 186. So 4 points shy of a great one, if you will. Oh, there's a deer. That's a big buck. Hang on, hold on. That's a trophy. That's a trophy buck. That's what we're looking for. That's another big boy. Okay, so this is a special occasion, so I am going to call twice. I don't know if he's too far away, but that is definitely a big buck. So we're going to call twice at him, but he's out of sight, so I'm not going to risk any other calls. But yeah, that was definitely a big boy. That was another trophy right there. Hopefully he'll work his way to us today. So now that I've seen a trophy, guys, we are going to stick out the entire day. Like I said, well, at least until the R. Once the white bar is on the R, we'll go ahead and just shoot whatever happens to be in the field. But seeing a trophy deer is the only way that it'll extend my time in game today. If I hadn't seen him, then by the time we got to the tee, if I hadn't seen anything else, I'll just shoot whatever was in the field. If anything was here, of course. But that was a big buck back there. So hopefully he'll work his way to us. You're going to Montana this Friday, but not today, but next Friday. That's awesome, man. One of my uncles lives in Montana. I can't give away his name or anything, but he does live in Montana as well, and he sends us pictures all the time. It's beautiful up there. What's up, Brendan? Oh, okay, man. What's going on, Rich? Hope you're doing well, buddy. We do got a trophy in the area. Me and Star Wars were sitting here hanging out a minute ago, and we had a really big buck that showed up, and he was like over here on this road, and he was walking to the left. So hopefully he'll show up again. So far in this season, we're doing 3 muzzleloader hunts and 3 rifle hunts. The first hunt, I did see a trophy, but he didn't come in, so I had to take a little 8-pointer yesterday. And then now today on the stream, the trophy I saw yesterday came in, and I got him, and he was 181 scoring, so so a pretty big buck. And then now we've seen another trophy, and we're hoping that he'll come in. We called at him a couple of times, but I think he was too far away to hear the caller. But that might be him right there, actually. I think that's him. Yeah, that's him right there. That's the big trophy that we're after now. He's such a pretty buck. All right. How about Brendan? Can I just call you Brendan? Since it's in your name, that'd be a little easier for me to remember. Whenever you're on your other account, I'll call you Rich because that's the name that you'll have on there. It just makes it easier if I can call you by something that's actually in your name. All right, man. Sounds good. I'll just call you Brendan. As long as you're cool with it, I'm cool with it. Come on, big boy. He is. I think he's working the trail back there. There's 2 trails. If you guys can see them, there's one there and one there, and they kind of run parallel of each other. I think that there's a scrape line back there, and he's working those scrapes. So this would be 2 trophies in the same season. That's really good. That is a very nice buck back there. I'm going to call 1 time at him. I've already called twice, so this is going to be the last call I'm going to do at him for a while. But again, I don't know if he's too far away, and he's kind of busy working those scrapes, so I don't think that he's going to come in anytime fast. He could be 200. I don't think that's a 200 rack, unfortunately, on my Phantom. If I'm looking at that one correct, I think that one is like in the 160s, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's like a 160s to 170 rack, if I'm not mistaken. Unfortunately, this game doesn't have like randomized racks, but it does have randomized sizes. So you can get like the same rack, but it could be like any size in the world. So, which is how the game makes up for having set racks. And I think it's a good meet in the middle. Again, I do prefer games like Call of the Wild where the racks are just completely different every single time. But at the same time, if it had to be the reverse, where it's like you have like a set amount of racks you can get in the game, but they can be at different sizes and widths, to me that's about a good meet in the middle. So I'm actually fine with that. But I mean, you never know. He could be bigger than what he looks like, though. Star Wars. Once he gets into the field, I might be able to get a better look at him, and he might just be a lot bigger than we think. Yeah, what you been up to, Brendan? Been doing anything fun, man? And been anything interesting or anything cool going on in your life, my friend? Got a little 8-pointer coming in over there. He's acting like he thinks like he's pretty cool, but He's not. I mean, he's a good last resort buck. If we end up getting to the R and the trophy hasn't showed up and he's in the field, we'll definitely take him. Because, like I said, guys, don't be bummed if you can't get a trophy that you've seen in a day. There is days where you'll see a trophy and you'll never get a shot at them, and you just want to let them walk in that case, guys. Just take what you can get. Make sure you don't run out of time. Make sure you at least take a doe or a buck home with you, no matter what it is, just to make sure you get something. But yeah, the trophy animal will show up again in your season, so you will get another chance at him. Like I said, the first time I played this was last night off stream, and that big boy that we shot at the beginning of the stream was actually there, but I never got the chance to shoot him. And then now today, during the second day, he came in. So, like I said, you just gotta be very patient in this game. Don't rush shots. Stay in your tree stand. Things will work out as long as you're patient. You're grinding bears right now, 3,879 kills in. Dude, that is a rough grind, man. That's a lot of kills. Well, have you gotten any good trophies along the way? Any plenty of diamonds and rares along the way, or has it been kind of like I mean, I'm sure you got diamonds if you're using HM, but I don't know. Have you got a lot of rares along the way too, or not much? Like I said, Call of the Wild will return for us next week. I'm probably depending on how many streams I can do and for how long will depend on what games we play next week. But I do have full intentions on bringing Call of the Wild back next week. Probably do a mule deer grind the first time, and then we'll probably do the do something else the second one or whatever. We'll have to see. Come on, big boy, work your way up here. I don't know where you are, but hopefully he's going to come into the field. Is that a antler laying out there, or is that a mushroom? That's a mushroom. Okay. Thought that was like an antler shed. I've only found one this season. I couldn't find any other antlers. They're probably out in the outer parts of the map. I think I'm going to give him until the E. And then what we're going to do is that I'm going to call once the timer gets to the E. Because I think I called him like right before the T. So I'm wanting to wait a little bit before I call again. But we're gonna see if that monster shows up. If he shows up, then we will try to call at him again if he's not headed this way. But honestly, the way it's looking, guys, we might have to settle for this guy. He is an 8-pointer, and I'm happy with those to be a last resort buck. So if the trophy does not show up by the time we get to the R, we're gonna take a quick pan around, and as long as the little 8-pointer is in range, we'll take him. We gotta take what the game gives us, guys. Like I said, I want to make sure that I at least get a deer per day. And right now, it doesn't look like the trophy's wanting to come in. I think he's just working scrapes and rub lines today. I don't think he's going to come into the field. But like I said, during the winter, though, they come to the field to feed. So the winter is a very high chance to get any deer you didn't get on the last day of muzzleloader season. Because they actually will be attracted to the field during those times. Oh, you're on a dry streak, Brendan? That's rough, man. Hopefully it picks up for you soon. I mean, I don't know if you've kept up with this at all. If you haven't, don't worry about it. But do you know roughly how many kills it's been since your last rare or diamond? Sounds like you're struggling a little bit. Hopefully it picks up for you. You hurt your back Wednesday, Star Wars? Ooh, that's rough. How'd you do it? I was actually helping my dad build a deck earlier this week. For about 3 days in a row, and I strained my thumb real bad, and I had I had a muscle in my back that was pulled for an evening, and it's still hard for me to squeeze something with my right thumb. It's still strained a little bit, but I've popped it a couple of times since then, and it's felt better. Don't know where that trophy buck went, guys. We might have to settle for the little 8-pointer. But I'm fine with that. Like I said, I'm not really bummed at it anymore because I know that I'll get another chance at him if he shows up in the wintertime. But yeah, I think we're going to have to take this little 8-point if he decides to come in. Like I said, I'll call one more time when it gets to the E. And if that 8-pointer just comes straight to us, we'll go ahead and just bust him. We'll try to get the trophy to him the next day during the winter season. Wait, hold up, hold up. Okay, there he is. So the trophy is working this way, guys. Like I said, he's working those scrubs and there's a rub line back there and some scrapes, and that's what he's doing. He's working those areas. 300 kills, Brendan. Oh, that's rough, man. 300 kills since your last actual trophy. That's rough, my friend. Yeah, my fingers are double and triple crossed for you, buddy. I really hope that you get something good come in soon. That's rough. Guys, we're not going to call right now. This buck actually is working towards us. So we're just going to let him do his thing. If he turns and goes the other way, we'll try to call him back this direction. But I think he's too far for the caller anyways. But we do have the trophy buck in sight, guys. So we're still going to hold off on the 8-pointer for now. Oh, that's rough, Star Wars. You might just want to put a heating pad on it for about an hour or two, man. Just sit back on a couch or lay down on your bed and just have a heating pad on your back and just hang out. Come on, big boy. Come out of those woods. It'd be so cool if these bucks could fight. Could you guys imagine what it would look like if this big boy just stepped out of the woods and then just charged that little guy? And then they both started fighting or he chased that guy off? That'd be so cool. Yeah, I don't think he's as big as our last buck. He doesn't look like it. But he's still a monster, though. He's still a dandy. I think that our last year will outscore him, though. Yeah, I think that's the 160s, the 170 rack. The one that we killed last time was a 180s rack. We're just going to let him do his thing. We're going to sit here and just be entertained by this big boy for a little while. Just watch him work these scrapes and rubs. I got to keep an eye on the timer, though, because we are running short for time. I think that we only got about 8 minutes left in the hunt. 8 to 10 minutes left. So once that gets past the R in timer, we are going to go ahead and try to persuade him with a caller again. But that is a nice buck out there. We got a little 8-pointer down here feeding, and then he's back there. I'm either eating acorns or he's working on the rub line. Like I said, there is scrapes and rubs back there. Okay, he is starting to work his way this way again. Dude, this game is so realistic, man. They just want to piddle around and drive you crazy as a hunter. It's like, just get over here already, and they're just doing their own thing. Come on, buddy. You got a little bit more time, and then I'll try to persuade you a little. Okay. He moves a little bit and then stops for a little bit. He might be bigger than I thought he was, actually. That's a pretty nice rack. I'm still thinking 170s, but I could be wrong. Alright, let's go ahead and see if we can't persuade him a little bit. Okay, his head did come up. I don't know if he was responding to my caller. So we're going to wait a second. Okay, so no, he wasn't. He was just looking around. Okay, that time he came up, though. I'm pretty sure that's a response to my caller. No, maybe not. I can't tell. I don't want to call at him a third time, though, guys, because, like I said, if you call 3 times, sometimes that will spook them off. And plus, he keeps looking this way, so I'm thinking that he's going to end up working his way towards us. What's up, Dugan? Welcome to the stream, man. Hope you're doing well. Your mom's birthday's in 4 days? Oh, that's so cool, man. Yeah, I gotta wait till next March before my mom's guy has another birthday. My dad's is coming up, though. My dad's is in September. So he'll have his birthday soon. I really don't like Hail Marys. I really need this buck to come in right now. Oh, whoop, whoop, whoop. I think I just got him. I think I just got him to respond, because he's coming in running now. He's going to be a lit... I don't want that far. I don't want you that far away, buddy. I could probably make that shot, but I'm scared. This game has some really bad bullet drop in it, so I really don't want to risk a bad shot here. Come on. I'm too afraid to call him, guys. I'm too afraid to call him. Because if I call him and he registers and it spooks him, he's just going to take off the other direction, and then we're going to have a wasted hunt. But we're really close on time. Come on, big buddy. Come on. There you go. Yes, work towards me. That's exactly what I need. Come on, keep working towards me. Don't stop. Don't stop. Yep, yep. Walk right towards us, buddy. That's all I need. Okay. Come on. Closer the better for this guy. Alright, guys, as soon as he stops, we're going to take him. If he stops. I just hope he don't take off on a trot. Come on. That is such a big boy. Come on. Turn, turn. And there we go. We got him. Let's go. That's what I love this game for. You never know what's going to happen. 2 trophies back to back. Guys, I don't have time to look at him. I'm sorry. I got to go get the ATV. We're almost out of time. This is going to be close. You just hit 3,600 fallow kills. That's awesome, man. Hopefully you get the great one soon. That's a big number. Thanks, Brendan. I appreciate it, man. Oh man, we're really close for time though, guys. Like I'm keeping the timer up. I will tell you, if you run out of time, guys, the game just closes you out of the hunt. So luckily he was a very last minute kill. But again, this place is so close to the fields, I can't really take the ATV closer because it spooks things off. If stuff were to be like, if you guys look at this map, there's bedding areas all around these areas. And if I take this ATV up to the fields, it will spook anything that's around the beginning of the fields. I think we're going to make it, but it's going to be a rush for time. Come on. Come on. I wish there was a sprint button. There we go. Oh, gotcha. I thought you meant like that's how many into your next grind that you were. Okay, gotcha, man. Well, still, I hope you get him soon. Guys, I think we're just going to beat the timer, but we got to rush. This is either a big 170s or it's going to be in the 180s again. I don't think he's a 200 rack because the 200 rack I have seen it killed before, and it has it's like really thick, and this guy's like a generic antler. So I think that he's going to be in the 170s to 180s. Should you compete in a tournament? I'm a blue belt in karate. It's on September 17th, I think. Fun fact, I'm a Star Wars, which we did make in a time, guys. Let's see what this is. 1 second, Star Wars. Let me see what Buck is real quick. He is in the 160s. Okay, so I was right. Yeah, he was the 160 to 170 rack. But still, I'll happily take that trophy, Buck. Alright, guys, all that's left now is for the 3 of my winter hunts. But Star Wars, I will tell you, man, if you think that you're good enough to compete, go ahead and compete, man. I'm going to do one morning and one evening, by the way, guys. But what I'm trying to say is, man, is that if you think you're good enough, go ahead and compete. Whenever I was in karate, I actually competed in I think it was like the 13th of September is whenever I competed in the next exhibition tournament. And I came in first place for the grappling at one point, and then but it was by default though. I'm not going to tell you why that was, but I will tell you that I ended up getting a first place trophy because of my efforts that I gave in. But again, it was just an exhibition, and I was really young. So, like I said, man, if you wanted to compete in a tournament, man, go for it. Great one, Bear needs to spawn. Yeah, I know, man. Hopefully you get him soon. Oh, you won't be able to play for 10 days, Deegan? Where you going, man? You going on vacation? Oh yeah, now we'll be able to see a very, very long way. This is why I like this map, guys, is for the winter season. Because during the winter season, you can see all the way out to the edge of the map. So anything that comes even near us, we'll be able to see it. Yeah, karate. I'm into karate. Excuse me. Yeah, Star Wars. I did karate from 2010 until 2014. I graduated with a black belt. But yes, I did do karate for 4 years of my life. By the time I was done, they said I would have been a blue belt in jiu-jitsu and I didn't have any prior training. I was just very good at like watching people do stuff and learning from watching. So I was a very good grappler. But yeah, I did karate for 4 years. And I don't still do it though. I haven't done it since 2014. It was becoming very repetitive. We were basically doing the same things every single day, so I just kind of quit. But I did love it. I think, yeah, it's a generic 8-pointer out there. That's that little 8-pointer that we didn't shoot last time. It's good to know we already got bucks in the area, though. We'll go ahead and put out one call here, and another one behind us. And like I said, guys, this is not the rut, so it's a very, very low chance of the deer actually coming into this. So we probably won't do it again until the second S. Oh, you're going to the beach digging? That's awesome, man. I hope you guys have a great time. I haven't been to the beach since my wife and I got married about 3 years ago. I do love going when I get the chance. Oh, it's your third year Star Wars? Nice, man, nice. Yeah, I was actually learning really fast, and they actually gave me I think there was a year or two where they actually skipped a belt for me because they said I was picking up like, especially for my grappling abilities. They said that I was very, very like far ahead of somebody who was never like who like wasn't really receiving grappling training. I just knew how to do it somehow, and I was not the best striker like up on my feet. I was pretty good at fighting up on my feet, but I wasn't great. But if I was able to get somebody down on the ground, just everybody hated grappling me. I was really skinny in like skin and bones back then, so it was very easy for me to slide my arm underneath your chin or to put my legs in like very uncomfortable areas in people's bodies to hold them steady. And I was also pretty muscular. I wasn't buff by any means, and I didn't look it at all. But that's actually it was in my benefit because a lot of people that would go against me would underestimate how strong I actually was. I was a stout person. I wasn't like strong, and definitely wasn't strong built, but I was very, very stout, and it made it very stressful if anybody tried to grapple me. But I was one of the only people in my class though that I was able to do a flying triangle where you jump up in the air, lock your legs around someone's neck, and then drag them to the ground and choke them out. You have to do it all at the same time, and I was the only person in the class that could actually do that almost every single time I tried it. I think I attempted it 13 times in my final year, and I submitted people 10 times. But the only reason I didn't get all 13 was because the people I tried to jump up to were either too tall and I couldn't wrap my legs around them, or the person knew how to defend it. I only have one person that ever stopped my triangle choke, and then the other two people were just too tall. I tried jumping up, and I just ended up falling. I just didn't lock. So I basically just ended up kicking them in the side of the face and then falling on my back. But yeah, I did karate for a long time. I loved it. I was very big into UFC at the time too. The good news is, guys, is that this time we have the 30-06 rifle with a scope. So I'm actually not afraid to shoot a deer if it's kind of like in the middle of the field now. I know to aim a little high, but if they're in the middle of the field now, I'm not going to be afraid to shoot them. With the muzzleloader though, guys, I like them to be to at least be about the distance where the shadow of this tree is right here. Not out there in that distance, of course, but like where the gap is there, where the black starts all the way up this area is like the furthest I'll shoot with a muzzleloader. And then in between that is like the furthest I'll shoot with a bow. And but with a rifle, I'll push it out to where it's about out to where that like brown grass is right there. Again, there's a lot of bullet drop in this game, guys, so I would not recommend long distance shooting. Like where that buck is out there, I would not even attempt a shot like that. There is like little tick marks, but I haven't been to the, but there's no rangefinder, so we can't really tell like where to hold this. So like I said, I would recommend you guys just making sure they're close as they can be before you pull the trigger. Yeah, Star Wars. My karate that I was doing was it was a mix between Brazilian Jiu Jitsu and Taekwondo. So that's what they were teaching in my class. So we were doing Taekwondo mainly, and then there was also some Brazilian Jiu Jitsu on on the side. But I didn't actually participate in the classes. I would just grapple the people the people in the like normal karate class. Um, and I was actually able to hold my own pretty well. Even though I wasn't like in the jiu-jitsu class, actually learning how to do stuff. I just knew from watching people, like just watching other people do the submissions on UFC or playing the video games and stuff. I was just able to train my brain on how to do stuff like certain submissions. Like I knew how to do omoplatas, which is where you can be underneath, like someone's laying on top of you, and you take your right or left leg and wrap it around the shoulder of one of their sides, and then you sit up on top of them, and it causes their arm to be bent in an unnatural angle under your stomach while you're on top of them. and it's basically like putting them in a kimura but under your stomach, where you're twisting their arm in an unnatural way. And I submitted people with that a lot. I knew how to do a Darce choke, which is basically where you put someone in the triangle choke using your head and your arms rather than your legs. I knew how to do flying triangles. I attempted a flying arm bar once, but I could never get the spin correct, so I was never able to complete a flying arm bar. But I could do the triangle like nobody's business. And then of course I could do like the simple stuff like normal arm bars, leg locks, and certain chokes. But like I said, I was the only person that even for the people in the jiu-jitsu class, like I was the only person that knew how to throw it, that knew how to perfectly do a flying triangle. I probably still could do one today, but I've put on a little weight since then, so probably couldn't. I probably don't have the hops now that I used to have, but if someone's about my same height, I could probably still pull it off. Yes, Star Wars. I was a black belt. Yeah, I turned black belt the same year that I graduated. I could have stayed longer if I wanted to, but like I said, I'd been there for 4 years. The classes were getting repetitive, and I was just ready to move on to other things. But I did love it for the time that I was there, though. All right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and call. Whoops, that's not the caller. That's binoculars. We're gonna go ahead and call the other two directions now. Yeah, it's definitely time. We called once at the crack of dawn, and now we're gonna call again at the E. So, and then our next call won't take place until you get to the N, or unless we see something big that we're trying to get to us, of course. All right, anything on the trail cameras? Take a look. We only got two here. Nothing on the one that's behind me and down in the valley. Okay, I do hear one on this one. Okay, so there's a deer out in front of this one. And there's one to the right side of this camera. I'm going to sit here for a minute, guys, and see if it walks out. But there is a deer to the right side of this camera. This is actually out in front of me on that road and like up to the right side. Okay, so it's just a little 8-point. Nice little last resort buck. What degree was I first? Like I said, I just became a black belt. But like I said, though, I was very advanced for my age, and there's a lot of things I knew how to do without being taught. And because of that, they actually skipped a belt or two for me. Oh, that 8-pointer sure came in quick. Buddy, you're too early. I love seeing you, though. Yeah, I was just a first degree black belt, and the stupid thing. Another reason why I left too, though, Star Wars. Another thing I'll tell you. Another reason why I left is because my teacher. Whenever you got your black belts, there was some people that had their names like sewn into the belt, and it was like in gold. And they passed it on as though whenever we got our black belts, that our names were supposed to be engraved in those belts. But it turned out to be a cash grab, sadly. And whenever we got our black belts, me and a couple of my friends that were there, they ended up telling us that if we wanted the writing in our belt, that we'd have to stay for another full year and go to rank two. And and I believe that at the time they knew that we were wanting to leave. So I think that was their last ditch effort to make extra money from us, because they were telling us all the time that when you become a black belt, you'll have your name sewed into your belt. But whenever we got our belts, our name was not engraved. We did not have our name on our belts. And whenever we brought it up to them, they said we had to stay another year if we wanted to get that. And of course that ticked us off, and we just thought at that point, okay, yeah, we're done. So, and I don't think the company did too well because I believe they're out of business now. But they were really, really good for the first few years that they were active, though. I don't see any trophies, guys. It looks like this might be an 8-pointer day. I could be wrong, but usually on days, I'll tell you guys this from my experience. Again, anything can still happen. But from my experience, I've noticed that if I spot like two different little tiny 8-pointers and then a couple of forkies, usually that's all you're going to see. But again, though, this game can randomly spawn in as many bucks as the game wants to spawn in. So even though we have these little forkies and 8-pointers, it doesn't mean that's all that's here. We could still have a bruiser somewhere around us. But yeah, guys, I haven't said this yet during the stream, but if anybody is out there lurking and having a good time today, please make sure you guys hit the like button for me. Every time the like button gets hit, it's 50 shares across YouTube, so 50 chances for somebody new to find the channel, and it also lets me know that you've enjoyed the stream and want to see more of this. And then also make sure you guys subscribe. We're trying to get to 500 subscribers as soon as possible, so that way we can do super chats, memberships, Discord, and all that good stuff. We'll also be adding mods to the channel. So make sure you guys support the channel any way you guys can, and I appreciate and love you all for anything. We did unfortunately lose a couple of subscribers over the weekend, though. We did have 440, now we're back down to 438. But it does happen. Buddy, if I had a bow right now, you'd be so tempting. Honestly, you're tempting right now, to be quite honest. You know, we still have 2 more days left. Let's get him. Oh, he knew that we were going to shoot him. Never mind. That deer was like, oh, heck no. Oh, whoop. You made a mistake, buddy. You should have kept going. That guy's having a rough day today. Well, let's go get the 4-wheeler, the ATV. We'll take us a little 8-pointer today. Didn't really feel like waiting out the entire day, and like I said, guys, most of the time, if you get a day where you're seeing like 2 or 3 8-pointers and a couple little forkies, usually you won't see any monsters. But you never know. I could have made a big mistake there, but again, we still have 2 more days to hunt, and whatever's currently on the map will be here the next day. I think this deer was trying to race me. But yeah, he's definitely a little bit faster than I am. Alright, Star Wars, I'll see you later, man. Hope you have a good day. Alright, guys, let's get the ATV and go get our little buck. We still got 2 more days to hunt. So I think the next hunt, we're actually going to try an evening hunt, guys, because we've done all mornings. So we might try an evening hunt and see if that gets us another monster. If we don't see hardly anything, then we'll go back to morning for the last day. Again, usually if you're hunting over food plots, like for bow season or for rifle season, though, usually the best time to hunt is in the evenings, because a lot of the deer will come into your field to feed during those evening hunts. But I've had plenty of bucks show up in the mornings too, though. I think I just ran over my deer. Yeah, I did. Or at least I ran past him, at least. Nice little 8-point. Game's bugged out a little bit, but we got it going. She made an AI song for the Great One Bear. Oh, it's hilarious. In the future, if we ever get a Discord or something, and you want to like share that with me, and it's not inappropriate, then I might listen to it, because some AI songs are funny as they can be. Alrighty, there's a little 8. Let's go ahead and get the next day started. What I'm going to do real quick is I am actually going to turn down my vertical sensitivity one more. I think it's a little bit too high. Alright, let's try a good evening hunt. Let's see if we can't get something happening in the evening, guys. We've done 5 mornings, or no, we've done 4 mornings so far. We got 2 more days left, today and tomorrow in the game. And then we'll have to make a new food plot on a different map. I believe we're gonna go to woods. Like I said, we haven't done PSR woods on a stream, so I'll probably go to that one next. We'll be able to do some bow hunting on that one too, so I'm excited for that. Alright, let's get settled in for a nice little evening sit. See if something cool shows up today. Anything on the cameras? Does not look like it. In case you guys are wondering, if you look at the bottom left, right side of my screen, whenever you go over the top of your trail camera icon, which is this one, if there's anything that it's picking up, it'll glow red. And that's letting you know there's something on your camera. Right now it's white, so I know there's nothing there. But we are in the tree stand, so we'll go ahead and give out our first 2 opening calls. Very, very low chance of that bringing anything to us, but it's better with a low chance than no chance. It's not inappropriate? Okay, man. Like I said, we gotta get the 500 first, but whenever I open up a Discord, if there's a way to upload that and you want me to try to listen to it, I will. But make sure it's actually good though. Like, make sure it's actually worth the listen. If it's just like a part or two in it that's funny and then the rest of it's just kind of bleh, then don't upload it. I want to make sure that whatever I watch or listen to is actually worth the watch or something I'm listening to. Let me see. Whoop, didn't mean to raise my gun. I always get L1 and R1 confused sometimes. Got something on the cameras. I don't see anything. Oh, there it is. It's way back there in the back. I think that's a little 8-point or a forky one. Is there anything on the other camera? Nothing on this one. At least we have some movement. Oh, wait. There's a deer. Trophy! Trophy buck, let's go! Another big boy. He's a little thin, but man, he's wide. That's a beautiful buck. I will happily take him. Right at the start of the evening. Like I said, usually the evenings are the best time to hunt whenever you're hunting over food plots. I still like the mornings best, so I still hunt mostly mornings, but I do, but I mean, like, I've had some really good luck both times. That is a good buck right there. You think the moose look really good? Are you talking about the great ones? Okay, so this guy is veering towards us, so I'm not going to call anymore. I think we got him coming in on I think we got him to work. I think we got the caller to work there. I'm not entirely sure, though. We're going to shoot this guy immediately. If he comes into range, we're going to shoot him immediately. No, don't turn that way now. I don't know what he's doing. I don't want to take that shot. Again, guys, there's a lot of bullet drop in the game, and I'm just too afraid to take a long shot, even with a rifle. I mean, that's all I can do. I think I may have spooked him off, guys. Like I said, whenever you call, if you call too much, then you can push them away from you, and I think that's what just happened. I think I did call maybe 1 or 2 times too many. But it's hard to tell. That's the problem. I don't want to call at him anymore. I'm too afraid that I'm going to keep pushing him away. Hopefully he'll make his rounds and come back this direction later. But that's a very, very good buck. He should actually be on this trail camera right now. Yeah, there he is. Yeah, Deegan, the moose is amazing. Like I said, I still think they're my favorite great one in the game. But the mule deer gives it a run for its money, in my opinion. I love the mule deer great one, too. Excluding the 2 racks that I don't really care too much for. Okay, so the guy, he's coming back to us now. I'm just not going to call, guys. I am too afraid I'm too afraid he doesn't like the caller. So I'm just going to let him do his thing. Right now, he is on his way directly to us, though. I really hope they fix the ballistics in this game, so that way, because if they fix the ballistics where the rifles and stuff actually shoot the way they should in real life, then we could have already had this deer dead. Okay, where are you going? Where are you going? I think it's going to come right down the trail. Yeah, he is. I don't like that, because... Okay, here we go. Don't tell me that that these little twigs can stop a bullet. Are you serious? That was like a clear shot. Can little bitty twigs actually stop a bullet on this game? Or not twigs, but leaves. Because he didn't have any branches in his way, I didn't think. We'll walk over the hill, but I don't know what just happened. I mean, that looked like a good shot. I mean, the deer will run in a straight line usually in this game. I either shot over him or little leaves on the game can actually stop a bullet. I mean, this is the property line, so I can't go any further. Are you serious? That shot was perfect, man. Ugh. Yeah, we missed that deer somehow, guys. I don't know how in the world we missed him, but we did. Dude, that was on the money. If little leaves can stop your bullet, then yeah, that needs to be fixed. Because that should have just shot straight through those leaves. Because there was no branches in the way. That was directly at his shoulder. That should have been a dead deer. I'll tell you something else that could have happened too, though. There's a little branch that I was aiming over top of. And the game could have registered me as hitting that branch. That's probably what happened, guys, now that I think about it. That's probably what happened, is I probably hit that branch that's on that side of my tree, so I'm probably going to have to move. If I hunt this map again, I'm probably going to have to put my stand in a different tree. Because, yeah, there's no blood or anything. Shoot, man. That's gutting. That was like the world's most perfect shot. And the game counted me as hitting something. But yeah, the only thing I can think of, guys, is this twig right here. Like this one branch right here, because I shot over it. Like I was aiming over the branch. And the deer was standing right there. So, and that's between two sticks. So there's nothing there other than some leaves. So, I mean, I'm wondering if the game registered me as hitting this stick or something. I mean, I really don't know. Still, though, man, that's gutting as it can be. I guess I'm going to have to wait for the deer to get on this side before I shoot them anymore. Ugh. Dude, that's so gutting. I mean, what can you do, though? Yeah, digging them. The Great One Moose can be frustrating. My first Great One took 1,200 kills. So it can be, but I mean, like, I love big antlers and I like paddles as well. So I mean, it ain't really it doesn't really bother me that much. But at the same time, though, I do get what you're saying. If you don't have like a picture perfect moose grind going where it's just real easy and everything's moving along well, then yeah, it can definitely be frustrating. But that's any grind though. Now, if it was already halfway through the day, guys, I would go ahead and just say that the hunt's over. Because whenever you fire a gun on this game, it does empty out your map, and I think it's like a couple of minutes of cooldown time before the deer can come back into your map. But it's so early right now, I mean, I don't want to end the day just yet. I'd at least like to have a chance to take home a forky or a little 8-pointer at the least. Dude, I'm still bothered by that. Like, I don't know what went wrong. I mean, it's up high enough to where I didn't think that stick would play a part, and there's no twigs around where that deer was. So, I don't know. But sitting here whining and complaining about it ain't gonna make him come back. Honestly, I'm not confident that anything else is going to show up. I'm pretty sure that once you shoot your gun on this game, that it clears out your map. So, I think we're going to take an L on this day, guys, and just move on to our next hunting day. That is sad as it can be. This season was going so well. We didn't have a single day without a deer, and then that happened. I'll have to learn from it. Next time I come to this map, I need to find a different tree. And if anything shows up this time around, I need to wait for it to get to the other side of the tree this time. Because I have killed deer on the right-hand side when I'm looking back behind me like that. But that was the first deer that was ever on the left-hand side. And sadly, it just had to be a monster. Life of a deer hunter. Hopefully he'll come back again today and give us a second chance at him, though. We know he's here, so we're going to give him the entire day today. This is our last day of the season, guys. And then I'll have to move to a new map and make a new food plot and start on another map, which I already know where I'm going to go. I got a really, really good setup on PSR Woods. Just got to hope that the game gives us some good trails. Alrighty. We're back here. It's in the evening time, so all we can do now is just hope that the game respawned the monster again and give us another chance at him. But yeah, I need to avoid this side of the tree if I'm shooting behind me. I need to wait for them to get over here. Because I'm pretty sure the game registered the stick is my guess. I think it registered me hitting the stick. And that's the reason why we didn't get the buck. That's the only thing I can think of. It's the only thing I can think of. And for anybody who's here during a time that this is no longer live, if you guys have made it this far, thank you so much. Otherwise, for anybody who's just hanging out with me or people that's just lurking, there is nobody talking to me in chat at the moment, so I am just going to chill and play the game. Hopefully you guys still enjoy the gameplay, and I'll give general commentary to anything cool that might show up. But I think for the time being, I'm just going to rest my voice for a few minutes and just hang out. If you guys want to talk to me about anything, just let me know. Let me pull my smartphone out here. See what's on YouTube today. Oh, D-Train's live streaming. He's sitting on PSR Fields deer hunting right now and... Oh. Oh yeah, that's me. Sorry, that was really bad, corny. Oh, man. Just for the heck of it, where's the wind blowing? It's blowing like that direction today. It's not bad. I prefer it blowing down that way personally, but I'll take it. And a little Forky. Got a little Forky working his way into our food plot. Not too interested in him, but it's nice to have some deer around here. I'm glad somebody found it funny. You gotta do something to pass the time, right, Brendan? Oh, man. So we got a doe out there, I think. Yeah. Looks like this evening might be a good evening. We've already got 2 deer showing up, so we might see quite a bit of animals today, hopefully. Hopefully that trophy buck will show back up, because this is our last day to get him. Dude, that is still bothering me. That was such a perfect shot, man. And I hit something. I've had to have hit something. I don't know if it was like the little leaves that are hanging there and the game counts that as hitting something, or if it was this stick. I would almost bet everything on this stick, though, because it's the only thing I could think of that the game could have registered. Oh yeah, this is going to be a good day. We've already got several deer coming in. I love it. Oh, there's something behind me. Okay, it's a doe. Honey, you got me scared for nothing. You're pretty, but not what I'm after. There's another doe coming down the trail and another deer with her. What are you? Got 3 does in here with us. It's gonna be a nice little action-packed day today, it seems like. Got some deer action moving around today. At least we'll have some entertainment. Something to keep my head on a swivel about. Nothing on our trail cams. And doe out there. She is just on that trail. On a beeline. Got some geese flying over. It's a pretty day. Pretty evening. Alright, Brendan, sounds good, man. We'll be streaming for another hour and a half. It's just 3:20 my time, and I'm getting off at 5, so hopefully we'll see you a little bit later. But otherwise, we'll see you next week, man. Come on. Show me the money. Show me the money. You're not the money. You're like the coins. I need dollars. I do like having something to watch, though. Something peaceful about this game, about sitting here and just watching deer eat in front of you while you're waiting on another deer to show up. I actually prefer them just being here and hanging out with me than being alone. And nothing here. Just a doe out there. Come on. Still got plenty of time. Still got plenty of time. I don't know if that trophy boat's going to show up again or not, but I really don't want to take a forky if I don't have to. I'd at least like to end the season with one of those medium 8-pointers, if anything. And I do know I have one of those at least in the area. Alright guys, once again, there is nobody in chat, so in case you guys are wondering why I'm being kind of quiet, just because it's just me right now talking. But if anything comes around that I think needs to have commentary, I'll comment on it. Otherwise, I hope you guys just enjoy the gameplay. I don't think there'll be anything on the trail cams, but we'll take a look. Nothing on that one. Nothing on that one. Well, the day started out real fast. Kind of tapered off since, though. Still got some does in the field. How many does do we got in the field? Like 4 of them? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 4 does. There's that forky running around. So we got 4 does and 1 little 4-pointer. And then here comes another buck. That is an 8-point. Again, I don't know if the trophy's going to show up, so we're gonna wait till we get to about the halfway point before we shoot anything. Since we know there's a trophy in the area, though we didn't get him in the last hunt, we are going to try to give him all the time we can, just so we can try to end with a bang if possible. And no pun intended. Well, maybe, never mind. My doggy's sitting here whining at me. If that 8-pointer walks out, guys, I'll probably go ahead and just bust him and end the season. There is nobody in chat at the moment, so what I'll probably do is just wait and see if that monster shows up. But if the 8-pointer gets in range first, I'll probably go ahead and just end the season with him. I still have no idea how I missed out on that deer, but we did. Okay, that's the doe. Go on, Mimi. Go on, baby. Go lay down. Okay, so the 8-pointer's right there. Don't know if he's going to walk out for us or not. He's working his way this way. We'll just have to keep an eye out, make sure that trophy doesn't show back up. Because if he shows back up, we'll have to wait for him. Because I would like to end the season with the one that we missed out on, if possible. But I don't know if he'll come back or not. And I don't want to miss out on a chance to at least go home with a little 8. And honestly, I think I'll be okay with that. I've learned my lesson. I can't have a tree stand in this tree anymore because I'm pretty sure that the stick on this side will block anything on this end. So, live and learn. We're going to go ahead and bust this guy. And we'll call it a season. Don't know how that didn't drop him, but he is dead. Alright, let's go get the car. So not a bad season. I think we got 2 trophies, and missed out on the 3rd, unfortunately. I just didn't have the patience to wait for the entire day. I wanted to, but I'm ready to move on to another map. Hunt some with a bow and arrow. Because bow hunting is my favorite thing to do on this game. I absolutely just love it. But I'll probably do 2, 2, and 2. Oh yeah, it's over here. I'm so used to shooting deer next to my tree stand, I forgot he actually ran across the field this time. He should be right in here somewhere. There he is. Hello? There we go. Didn't want to load him into my truck there for a minute. I really do feel like that something's happened to the vehicles. They ain't going as fast as I remember them going. Alright, and that'll do it for our season. So, we ended up with 2 different trophies. And then we had 3 medium-sized bucks. So I'll take that. Didn't have to do any forkies this season. Didn't have to shoot a doe. So, I will take that. Go ahead and delete that season since it is now complete. We'll start a new one. Do this one in woods. Do 2, 2, and 2. Alright, guys. There is nobody in chat that I know of at the moment, but I want to go ahead and let you guys know that I'm going to step away for about 5 or 10 minutes before I get started on the next season. Give me about 5 or 10 minutes. Let me use the restroom and let me take my dog outside real quick, and then I'll come back and we'll plant our next food plot and get ready for the next deer season. I'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm back. I'll have to go back out here in a minute just to get my dog off the porch in just a second. But I am back. We're getting ready to make our new food plot, start a new deer season, and under my PSR woods. Let me re-put my other tag on here. There we go. Alright, let's go make our next food plot. We're going to do 2 of each season, so 2 bow hunts, 2 muzzleloader hunts, and then 2 rifle hunts on this one. I like doing soybeans. Get me a tree stand since I already know where to put it. Alright, start planting. Gotta keep going in circles so we get this whole thing planted. We're almost done though. I already know exactly where to put my tree stand. We just gotta hope that the game gives us good trails that's gonna be around the stand. If not, we can mess around with it a little. We need to. There is 2 food plots on this map. But I like having just one, because then it attracts most deer to this area instead of like splitting them down the middle between both of them. Alright, that should be good. Let me get out real quick and double check everything. I don't see any really dark areas. Let me know that I missed any places. I believe we are good. So let me go ahead and put my tree stand up. I do believe right there is my spot. You know what? Actually, I'm going to move it, because I want to make sure that I've got a shot behind me. In real life, this would be a terrible place to put a tree stand because you ain't got no cover. But I want to make sure I've got shots behind me. So that right there should be good. Alright, let's go ahead and advance to scouting. This will take a few seconds to load. But once it gets loaded, it'll show us where all of our deer trails are and everything, and then we can make last minute adjustments to the tree stand if we need to. Like I said, guys, this does take a couple of minutes. Not, well, a few seconds, rather. The only long loading screen. Whoop, dropped my water. Luckily, it was an empty bottle. Come on, game. This is probably my 3rd favorite map out of all the maps. It's probably equally as good as Mountains, in my opinion. I think that Mountains might be a little better, in my opinion, but not by much. We just haven't featured this map yet on a live stream, so I figured I'd play it today. And hopefully we'll have a good season this time around. Come on already. There we go. Now we can move on. Okay, so where did it put our trails? That is actually really good. I think that there is a trail right behind my tree stand, so that's perfect, actually. We'll have to go make sure that everything is the right way I need it. Well, we got a deer laying right there. How you doing? Just chilling? Okay, so here's our first trail. That's a really, really good trail. That trail's usually always here, though. That one's usually usually here. I think what I'm gonna do for the trail cameras this time around, I believe I am going to put one at this crossing right here because there is a trail, or two trails that come to a cross right here. Well, maybe not, because actually, yeah, I'm not going to put one here because I should be able to see what's going on from my tree stand at this one. So I'm going to skip this, skip out, and putting a trail camera on this one. There's a deer shed. We'll pick that up. Oh yeah, this trail's going right behind my tree stand. That's beautiful. Love it. Alright, so what I was saying is that there's actually a big field back here, and it looks like one of the trails goes right through it, which is this one. So I think I will put one trail cam back here. That way I can see what's going on behind me as well. Honestly, I think like right here should be good. I can't get like right behind my trail camera to see exactly which way it's facing, but I think that's going to be good. Alright. Now I got to go back to my car because the only other place that I want to put a trail camera is going to be up there at that secondary field. Like I said, I try not to do more than just 2 cameras per hunt. Maybe 3 if there's like a lot of trails. But most of the stuff we're going to be able to see, so from our tree stand. So we're just going to need one other camera. What's up, believers? Oh, you're fine, man. I appreciate you stopping by, buddy. It's just as good to have you stopping by as it is for you to stay, even though staying is better. But I understand. We're going to be live for another hour, though, so another hour and 15 minutes if you're able to make it back. We're going to try to hunt as much as we can in that time frame. Where's the road? I'm getting off-road here. There we go. There's another doe. We've already got some deer here. Looks like they're going to be bedding around this area. Alright. Let's see, where are the trails at here? Okay, one is like near me. Let's see. Okay, I went over one of the trails. Where is it? Okay, this is it. Okay, so it's right here. So it runs right across the road here. So I think I'll put one camera like there. And then I'm going to go to the other side and find the second trail and put the other camera facing the other way. You know what I might actually do is just leave this one camera just facing facing this way. Because I should be able to see everything with just one camera there. Alrighty. I believe we're good to start hunting. Let's go ahead and move on to the hunting season. It's all the cameras I think I need. Let's see. Morning or evening? I think for opening day we'll do morning. If it turns out to be kind of an empty day, then we'll move to evening. I just like going in the darkness. Where's my car? Can't see it. Car. There it is. Alright, we're just going to drive to where the road starts. We actually got a deer shed right here. Need my flashlight. There we go. Get that deer shed. And then we're going to drive this to right where it starts. There we go. Shouldn't scare anything off, and now we just got to make our way to the tree stand. Hopefully we'll have some good luck today. Nice opening morning trophy would be awesome. Tree stand should be like right here. There it is. It is just too dark right now. Go ahead and get out our first couple of calls of the day. Don't know if that'll attract anything, but we won't know until we try. Big 200 come out of those woods, man. Got something on one of the trail cameras. Okay, so behind us right now, it looks like we got a little 8-pointer coming in. This is the one that's directly over our shoulders on the other side of the hill. So nice little 8. Do we got anything on the other field? Does not look like we have anything going on the upper field. And we have seen everything now, so it's no longer showing red. It would still show red if there was another deer that happened to walk out that we didn't see. That trail is so close to our stand, man. I love it. Anything comes down that trail, we'll have a perfect bow shot at it. Sorry for all the spinning, guys. I know I do a lot of it in this game, but I mean, like, that's the only way you're gonna be able to see animals coming in to you, is to just keep spinning around on a swivel. You never know when they're gonna show up, and you also don't want to miss out on something that might be walking back behind you. Don't know what happened to that little 8-pointer. I'm guessing he got on a different trail and followed it instead, because he didn't come down this trail. It's a nice, peaceful, slow morning this morning. What's up, Star Wars? Welcome back, man. Hope you're doing well, Muddy. We're on our opening day of our new season. We already got a little 8-pointer walked in here. I just now noticed him. Yeah, we're in bow season at the moment. Glad to see you can make it back, though, man. If you have a dad or a grandpa and you know they're hungry, go get them and bring them back here, please. I would really appreciate it. If only that was that simple. There's another deer out there. What are you? It's a little buck. I can't tell what he is, but he's either a forky or another little 8. Ain't nothing too special. Let's check and see if there's anything at the top field. Ain't got nothing walking around. Well, there is something out there actually in the distance. I can't tell what it is, though, but there is a deer out there. I think it's a doe, because I didn't see any kind of shining on top of its head or nothing. And then the one behind us. Alright, nothing in the field behind us. I must have put my stand a slightly different angle last time, because this is the right tree. I know because I have those open shots behind me like this, but I don't remember this branch being here. This branch that's like covering up the top part of my sight field of view here, that wasn't there last time I hunted here, so I don't know what's going on. I do know I'm in the right tree. But I think I may have been like to the side or something last time. Not that it's that big of a deal, and it's just the top of this. It ain't gonna block an arrow or anything. It's just kind of annoying having these leaves on the screen. I guess I can just pretend like it's covered. Yeah, he was a little forky. I knew that he was either a forky or another little late. The late pointers that they're just following that trail. Still nothing on the trail cameras. Well, he's coming right directly below the stand, ain't he? Wouldn't be able to shoot him there anyways. Too many stuff in the way. Don't know what he's doing, but he's hanging around. Guys, I do know that it's a little bit long right now. The game, this is the only downside to the game is the waiting parts. But if you guys are enjoying this, you're enjoying the zenness of it and stuff, then please make sure you guys hit the like button and subscribe if you want to see more of these streams. Like I said, guys, these are more of experimental streams than like permanent stuff. If nobody ever really comes to these streams or stays around whenever I'm doing it, then I'm probably gonna have to just turn this into videos and shorts rather than streaming it. But I do love this game, and I would like for it to be a stream. So if you guys do enjoy watching these streams, please make sure you let me know by hitting the like button for me. I really appreciate any of your support. And honestly, I'm thinking I'm going to go ahead and bust this guy. Just to have a good opening deer. There we go. Just to get us off and running. He should die right there. Is he actually going to make it over the hill? How did that make it over the hill? That was such a close shot. I mean, it's definitely going to kill him, but I didn't expect for him to run that far. I figured he'd just take a few steps and fall over or just die right where he was. So he did die right there. We'll just... I think what we'll do is just get the ATV and come up and get him. I don't really feel like dragging him. That's a pretty good starter buck. There's a nice little deer shed there on the ground. We'll take it. Nice little late pointer to get things rolling. Tree. Yeah, we'll take this little guy back, and then we'll consider him a good opener. And I think we'll do an evening hunt the next time. See if it changes our luck any. We'll probably do morning, evening this time. There we go. Let's go ahead and advance to the next day. It's a good little starter buck for the season. Alright guys, there is currently nobody in chat again, so once again, I'm just going to play the game. Hope you guys enjoy the gameplay. If anybody joins chat, I'll start talking to them at that time. And if anything comes around that I think needs commentary, like a big buck or something, you know I'm going to be talking about it, so. Hopefully you guys still enjoy the gameplay. Alright, King, no problem, man. Totally understandable. I'll be streaming for about another hour, so you got time. What have we got over there? That's a flashlight. I don't think a flashlight's going to help me any. Luckily, I don't spook anything. Stupid leaf. Like I said, I think I got the angle on my tree stand wrong, but I can't take it down now that I'm in the hunting season. But it's okay. What are you out there? It's a doe. It's a nice little doe making her way in to feed. Another deer walking around out there. I can see it. I can't tell what it is, though. It's going to be a little bit closer for I'll be able to tell what it is. I think it's a forky. It doesn't look like a big buck. At least not where I'm seeing it. Yeah, it's a little 8-pointer. Another little 8-pointer, like the one that we shot at the beginning of our season this season. So I'm gonna let him walk for now. Hopefully we'll have a monster show up. Started our deer season with a little 8, so hoping the next thing that might show up that gets an arrow is going to be a big boy. Still, though, it is nice to see a little 8-pointer walking around every so often, and there's another deer back there behind him. I think that's a doe. I don't see no antlers. Pretty sure it's a doe, at least. Yep, that's a doe. Nothing I'm looking for. Check the trail cameras. Anything on them? Nothing on the one behind us. Let's check the other field. Other field is empty. So looks like we got a little doe checking us out, and we got a little 8-pointer working his way in. Just waiting to see that big rat come over the hill somewhere. Hopefully it'll be a day like that. Again, we are going to give it until it gets to the T and timer. If we haven't seen a trophy buck by that time and we have a little buck or a doe in the field, we'll go ahead and just shoot a deer to keep it rolling. But I do want a chance at a trophy, and the only way we can do that is by giving it time. You never know what's going to come into your fields. So for now, I guess we'll just enjoy the entertainment of this buck and this doe. Or these does, I guess I should say. Since we have another one working her way in here. I love this game, man. So pretty. So realistic. There's a deer behind me. Okay, so we got a doe coming in on the trail behind us. So now we got 3 does and 1 buck in the field, I believe. That buck likes that corner over there. I don't think he's moved for a while. He likes hanging out over there on that corner. I would call, but I think I have too many deer in my field right now to do any calling. I think I'll just let them be the attraction. Hopefully there'll be a big nosy buck walking his way through and see all these animals over here and come to say hi to all of them. I really don't want to let out a caller right now because I don't want to attract the 8-pointer and then him come in and then leave. Like I said, he is a good last resort buck. I do like the 8-pointers for like a last minute buck if a big one didn't show up. So I'm not going to make any calls or anything until after he leaves the field at least. I wish I could crouch at least. If I could crouch, I'd be able to get under this bush where everything would be clear like this. where I'll be like this the whole way around. Like I said, this is the stand I put my tree stand in all the time, but I think I've got the angle wrong because I've never remembered having this branch here. But I know it's the right tree because it gives me the shots back here behind me. I used to put my tree stand over here, like on that tree. That's where I used to put my stand, but I'd have deer that'd come back here behind me, and you can't shoot nothing back there, so I'd have to wait till they're out in the field. So I decided to move one tree over. It's a very unrealistic tree that I'm in, though, because there's like nothing here. It's just a bare tree. In real life, this would be a terrible place to set up. But since it's a video game and since the deer don't seem to care, I will use any advantage that I can. Here comes another little buck, a little 4-pointer. Oh, he's cute. Don't know where he came from, but we got a new guest with us. Come on in, buddy. The grass is fine. Have yourself some soybeans. Meet the girls. There's another guy over here somewhere, right there. There's your buddy right there. You can go hang out with him. What I'm looking for is your grandfather, sir. Your granddad or your dad one. Big 200 antler rack. Still has eluded me. My PB on the game is still 186. A 186 buck is still my biggest. So I'm just waiting to either beat that PB or to get a 200. At the risk of it, I think I will do a couple of calls. I don't want to scare anything off, but if there is any monster bucks on the outer edges of these hills and they're not coming in, that might help entice them to come in. But that's all the calls I'm going to do is just 2. There's that 8-pointer. If only you were a little bigger, buddy. If he was a little bigger, he would have just got an arrow. See if there's anything on the trail cams. Ain't nothing at the spare field. And doesn't look like there's anything at the field behind us. How wonderful. Another doe coming in here, looks like. At least we still got some new deer coming in. Just gotta hope that one of these new ones is gonna be a trophy buck. There's our 8-pointer coming back. That's nice. Still got time for a monster to surprise us. It could literally appear at any time. I've went almost an entire day before and never saw anything impressive, and then just out of nowhere, a real big monster just come out like at the last few minutes of the hunt. Got another little forky coming in. He's a little bit bigger than the one that we got, though. The one that's currently in the field, I think, is like a little 4-point. Yeah. And the one that's coming out of there is a little 6. So we got a 4-pointer, a 6-pointer, and an 8-pointer. And then I think 4 does. That's not bad. It's not bad at all. All we need now is a nice trophy buck to come out and be a really nice evening. What's up, King? Oh, not much, man. We've just been doing some hunting. We killed 2 trophies today and about 4 8-pointers, little medium sized 8-pointers in our last couple of hunts. And then we have one monster that walked up underneath us in our last season. We were in a different map, and he came in behind my tree, and there's a little branch that was like sticking off my tree, like down at the bottom. It was like a little branch that was underneath my character, and somehow the game counted me as hitting that branch, and I didn't get the deer. And then we went ahead and advanced to our final day, and the monster never showed up again, so we had to take another little 8. But it's been a pretty good day overall. I mean, we got plenty of deer in this field. We got an 8-pointer right there. We got two little basket racks. We got a basket rack 6 and a 4-pointer, and then I think we have 4 does that's showing up right now. So we're doing good. We're just currently waiting to see if a big guy shows up. We're going to give it till the white bar is on the tee. When the white bar reaches the tee, we're going to go ahead and say that we've seen everything, and we're going to just shoot whatever's in the field. So still got plenty of time for a monster to show up. How about you, man? What you been up to? No, it ain't bad at all, man. We've had some good luck today. We had a 180 monster earlier though. That's been our biggest buck so far, I think, on stream. It was a 181. So he was a big deer. My record right now is 186, so he was pushing my record. I got my record, I think, off PSR Ponds, if I ain't mistaken. Today we've hunted on PSR Fields, and now we're in PSR Woods. Yeah, we'll shoot that guy right there. That's our target currently in my king. Is that boy right there? He's a medium-sized 8-pointer. So if nothing bigger than him shows up by the time the timer gets on the tee, we'll go ahead and just try to make a bow shot on him if he's in range. We haven't seen anything bigger than him, at least. Yeah, we've been seeing plenty of deer today, though. Yeah, I hear that, King. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do, man. Hopefully you feel better soon, though. Hopefully you're not getting sick, or hopefully you're not sick. I'm try doing a couple of calls here. It's kind of risky me calling like that, because if I call in that little 8-pointer and he comes in and then I don't shoot him, sometimes it might take him a while to come back if he decides to leave the field. But I'm really hoping these guys just stay where they are. That's what I'm hoping happens. I don't want to attract anything right now other than what's not in the field. But okay, so yeah, that did push him away actually, because he's not interested in the collar. But that's fine. We're not after him at the moment, anyways. We did bring in that guy though. It seems like he likes the collar. He's just not anything I want to shoot. Got a little 4-pointer back there and a little 6-pointer over here. The 8-pointer may have had his feel. Yeah, I think he's making his way out of here. So that's fine. Hopefully he'll make another round later and we'll get him later. Okay, that's just a little 4-point. Check our trail cameras again. No sightings of any trophy bucks today, unfortunately, so far. Alright, so this is the time we would normally shoot a deer, but unfortunately the 8-pointer has gone. So we're going to give it a little bit of extra time, guys, and see if the 8-pointer comes back. Because I would rather have him than these little bitty forkies. So I think we will give the game a little bit extra time this time around. You never know. You still could get a monster show up. It has happened to me multiple times. You see a bunch of little ones, and then you think your day's over, then right as soon as it gets to like the E or the R in timer, all of a sudden you just turn around and there's a monster on in your field. It's part of the game that I absolutely love, is that you just never know what's going to happen. Whoop. And something. Oh, that's a doe. Okay. That was a second deer. Well, if you were the 8-pointer, you'd be getting shot right now. Luckily, you're not the 8-pointer, though. Okay, the 8-pointer is now out there. I believe that's him. Yeah, that's our little 8. We'll do a call at him real quick, see if we can get him to come back. I don't know if we can or not. Okay, I do believe he's making his way back to the field. That's good. We'll let him do his thing, and if he ends up getting in the bow range, we'll pop him. Because I think we've seen everything that we're going to see for the day. I haven't seen any monsters. It's over halfway time now, so pretty sure we've seen everything the game's going to show us. We'll keep our trail camera active, though, just in case. What's up, Colton? Welcome to the stream, man. I hope you're doing well, buddy. Yeah, we got about 30 minutes left in the stream, but we'll try to make it last. I'm going to try to see if I can't get the streams to be extended by about an extra hour now that school's back in. No promises, but I am going to try my best starting next week to start at 3 and end at 6 instead of starting at 2 and ending at 5. That way to give you guys an extra hour to make it in now that school's back. But like I said, I don't know if it'll happen or not, but hopefully it will. Yeah, man, we've gotten 2 trophies, and I think we've killed like 4 to 6 different little 8-pointers. So we've had a pretty good day today. No 200 monster yet, but hopefully it'll happen quick. What's up, Radiant? Long time no see, man. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, Colton, but I think you're an hour behind me. Because right now it's actually 4:30 my time, so you're actually an hour behind of me. And I think I have several other people that get off around the same time you do as well. So, like I said, I'm going to try my best to see if I can push my streams forward by an hour each time I stream. So instead of starting at 2 and ending at 5, I'm going to see if I can start at 3 and end at 6. And then on days that my wife gets off at 6, we'll actually turn it into a 4-hour stream, and we'll start at 2 and end at 6. Again, though, I got to talk to the wife about that and make sure she's okay with that. Nothing on the trail cameras right now, unfortunately. We've had plenty of deer this evening, though. I mean, our field was not empty by any means. Right now, we're just waiting to see if that 8-pointer will come back for us so we can kill him. There he is. Alright, guys, we're going to try this. Oh, he's turning the wrong way. Hang on. Come on, buddy. No? Well, that's all we can do, guys, is just try to get him to come back down here. In a way, it's kind of a good thing, though, because it's giving us more time to be able to get surprised by a monster. But I mean, he's cooperating. He's just not the buck we're after. 3.3K into pheasant, 1K into tar, and 340 into moose. Dude, you got some grinds going, man. Hopefully you get the great ones soon. What's up, Brandon? Welcome back, man. Glad to see you can make it back, buddy. Alright, there is our target buck. Is he going to come into bow range for us? It looks like he is. Alright, guys, so it looks like our second day is going to be another little 8-point, but we'll happily take him. Hopefully we'll get a monster during the rut. See, is he going to stop for us? Don't think so, so I'm just going to... Woo! Oh, that was a spicy shot. That was like a perfect lead. He should die from that. There he goes. We got him. Alrighty. Let's go get the car, guys. I think I'm just going to drive it to him because I don't feel like dragging him all the way to the field. What should I take him out with? The Great One Bear. Let's do the 454. Try to get in there close range at him. Let's do the bow and arrow or 454. Whichever one you feel like. Use either the Hawk Edge or use the 454 pistol. Why can't you have your Great One Bear? It'll happen, man. Just keep shooting. If it starts getting long, start you another grind and hunt for another species for a while. But it will happen. You just gotta keep your head down and keep going. Where did he die at? I know he's in here somewhere, obviously. Buck. Surely he didn't run this far, did he? I saw him crash, so I know he's dead. Oh, he's right here behind me. Okay. Can I pick him up, please? I don't want to drag buck on a... There he is. There we go. Got him. Alright. Day 2 and another 8-point. We'll take it. We will happily take it. Actually, Brendan, I think you're killing them. If you catch my corny joke, I think you are killing them. I don't think they're killing you. Also, guys, if you haven't already, make sure you guys hit the like button for me, okay? The like button helps out so much. It lets me know that you guys want to see more of these streams. And it also lets me know that and it also helps other people find the channel. So, if you guys haven't already, please make sure you guys hit the like button for me. Alright, that'll do it for bow and arrow season, guys. We're moving on to muzzleloader and during the rut. I think we're going to do a morning hunt this time. I like hunting the morning during the rut. You loved that. Some of my jokes will land, but other ones are just corny. Yeah, hopefully we got some bucks rutting some does today, and hopefully we'll get our trophy today. The first 2 days we got some medium-sized deer, so hopefully today is whenever we get our big boy. That would be nice. Guys, I'll be back in like 30 seconds. I'm going to run off to the restroom real quick and use the bathroom, and then I'll be right back. So less than a minute should be. Alright, hopefully that was quick enough for you all. They're so awesome, worth it. Looking, they're worth it. Yeah, the bears are really good, man. They're a really good great one. They're just not really one I want to grind, but they are a good great one though. I think they're pretty. Like I said, it's just that species isn't really a species I'm too interested in grinding for. I prefer antlers on my great ones over top of the others. I like antlers and paddles and points. If it's got headgear, I'm all for it. Yeah, 4 glaciers, 2 spirits, and 2 chestnuts. Oh yeah, Colton, that's right. He's been having bad luck getting different colors. He just keeps getting the same ones over and over again. Hopefully it'll happen for you, man. And yet again, guys, we got another generic little 8-pointer coming in. So, as far as last minute bucks, we're getting plenty of those. We haven't been doing too good today as far as trophies are concerned. We've only had 3 opportunities at trophy bucks, unfortunately. We still got plenty of time though. The morning just started. Check the trail cameras, see what's going on here. You have the one that Colton wants. Oh, that's rough. Colton, don't read it. It'll hurt your soul. Don't read it. Oh, man. Yep, he made his way right under my stand. He must... Yeah, that guy was responding to my caller. Yeah, this little 8-pointer was responding to my caller. That's the reason why he came underneath my stand like that. But that's okay. He can walk around for now. I'm not looking for him at the moment. I'll shoot you later in the day, buddy, if I have to. But hopefully we'll get a monster today. We've already gotten 2 medium-sized deer, so I'm assuming, in my opinion, there should be a trophy buck spawning this time. Should be a trophy. Got a doe out there. Give it one extra call just in case. Oh, we got something on the trail cameras. We're on the right one. I think it's behind this one, though, because it sounds like it's to the left. Yeah, there's a deer out there at the end of the field, too. I can see it wagging its tail, but I don't see no headgear. I think we've seen everything we could see. I think that's a bigger 8-pointer than the one we killed yesterday in the game, though. Or for our last deer hunting trip. Ooh, what do we got here? That's a nicer 8-point. So we got 2 pretty generic 8-points in here. That ain't terrible. You want the spotted bear so much? Yeah, I hear that. Yeah, the great ones that I'm wanting right now is the double drop time for the whitetail. For the moose, I want a 2-tone spider rack, and I want it to be matching on both sides. And then on the fallow deer, I've already got the one for my fallow deer, so I really don't care which one comes next as long as it ain't the spoon rack. I really don't care too much for the spoon rack on the fallow deer. I'll take it if it comes in. I'm just not gonna be too big on it. So we'll just have to see. And then as far as the mule deer is concerned, I'm wanting the one that has the drop tines on the sides. The real big rack that has the 2 drop tines on both sides is the one I'm wanting for the mule deer right now. The first one I got was one I was wanting too, but I'm hoping for any of them besides the corkscrew rack and the and the Velvet Rack. I don't really care too much for either one of those two, but I like all the others. You already got your dream combos for the fallow. Yeah, I've noticed that, man. Yeah, I've noticed that. Yeah, in the game you end up well, I don't know though, because I didn't get my dream one on the moose. I got one that I was happy with for the moose, like the typical spruce is what I've got, and it's really pretty, but it's not really one that I was like dying to have, even though it's a good one. Like I'm very happy with him. He's just not one of my favorites, but I do like him. So I guess it just depends, man. I mean, it really is just all about luck. But Colton, the advice I can give you, man, is that if you're getting to the point where it's actually frustrating you, like if you're grind for a while, try to get a species of something that you actually want, and then once you get another great one of another species, then return to your black bear. Because the last thing you want is to start getting discouraged about getting your favorite combos, because then it's going to make everything else feel like it's taking too long to get to as well. Yeah, that's true too, Colton. Yeah, mediocre ones will happen as well. You have two mule deer? Nice, man, nice. Yeah, I'm hoping I'll have mine soon. Um, I'm really not sure, guys, but part of me is thinking that if we do break 1,000 with the mule deer grind, part of me is thinking that my theory of having fives and twos on the map does not help any. But I don't think I'm going to shoot all my level fives unless I break 2,000. If I break 2,000 kills on the mule deer grind and I still have not got a great one with the level fives that I'm leaving, I'm going to go ahead and say that my theory does not work, and I'm going to go ahead and shoot all of them, and then go back to the normal grinding. Like I said, it's just fun to try something new every so often, but I don't think it's working. If you want me to be honest, I think that the 411 kill was just a lucky respawn, because I'm already at 600 and something in, but I'm worried I'm gonna end up hitting 1,000. What's up here at this field? There's something up there working around it. It's on the left hand side behind those trees. I can't really tell what it is though. Hopefully it'll step out for us. There's actually something else coming up the hill to the left of this one. I think it's following the trail. We're gonna sit here for a minute because I'm hearing a deer. Okay, so we got a doe out there. Okay, we got a buck out there at the end of the field, but I can't tell what he is. Okay, and that's another doe. That is a trophy buck. Okay, so the trophy buck is actually up there at the other field, unfortunately. And I don't even have anything planted up there. But at least we do know we have a trophy buck in the area, guys. He's up there. I think it's like that direction. Yeah, it's like this direction is where the other field is. All we can do is call that direction, and hopefully the big buck will make his way down here before too long. That looked like a really nice buck, though. Let's go look at him again, see if we can see anything. Okay, Colton. Don't rub it in, man. We already know how good of a grinder you are. There ain't no reason to rub it in. Golly, that is a big buck up there. I would go after him, but I've never done a stalk on the game before, and where I'd have to go all the way up the road and then follow down the other road to get to where he's at. I'm too afraid that by the time I get up to him, he's already going to be gone. Yeah, he's definitely a trophy buck. We got enough time for him to come down here, though, so hopefully he'll make an appearance. Well, I'm not really one to flex, anyways, Colton. I'm too humble of a person. I mean, even on competitive games and stuff, I'm just not a flexer. I'm just somebody that's just proud of my own achievements, and I don't really brag about them. I do like to brag on myself for the efforts I put in for them, but I don't like to rub it in other people's faces, even playfully, because it just makes me feel dirty. But at the same time, though, I do get the playful nature of it, and that you're not meaning any, and that most of the time it isn't meant as like a toxic thing. But you do have some people that do have a better than you attitude just because they've accomplished more, and it's just I don't want to come off as that type of individual, even if that's not what I'm intending. You want to get Rev on Thule and do Whitetail. Brendan, that's a really good idea. You'll have a lot of pawns that you'll have to manage down because there's a lot of work that goes into Rev on Thule. But the same pawns that you hunt for your whitetail, you can also hunt for the moose on if you want to try doing like a moose grind on the side without doing her management for them. But yeah, you just want to focus on the stuff at the top of the map. So all the pawns that they go around the edges of the top of the map, and then like sort of in the middle top, those are going to be your best friend pawns. All right, so the buck has moved on. He's no longer up here in the field, at least that I can. No, he is still up there. He's over there to the top right of it. So there's like a little 8-pointer or a forky up there, and then there's also the trophy buck. I hate it when that happens, but all you can do is just sit in your tree stand and just wait, and hopefully he'll make his way down to you the next time. We got that other little 8-pointer coming in. When can you do Logi tours? After 500 subscribers, Colton. Like I said, I have something really big planned, or at least I'm trying to plan on what all I'm wanting to do as a celebration for 500, and I'm thinking that'll be one of the streams I do, where I'll be basically just doing a live stream on Call of the Wild, where you guys just open up your lodges to the public, and I'll try to jump in and look at them. But again, we gotta get to 500 first. And I'll be doing other things too, guys. Like I said, 500 subs is going to be a big milestone for my channel. So I do have some plans from, I will be making some pretty big plans for the channel at that time. And then it'll be even bigger at 1,000. So at 1,000, so at 1,000 subscribers, we're going to do something even bigger. And then we'll probably chill out until we hit 100,000. Maybe at 50,000, I might do something ginormous again. Maybe at 10,000. But we'll see. I was thinking maybe every 5,000 subscribers we'll do something special. Once we get to 1,000, so we'll go 500, do something special. Then to go to 1,000, do something special, and then we probably won't do anything else until we hit 5,000. As far as like real big events, we'll still do stuff together. Like we'll still do our multiplayer streams, and I might even do some other stuff along the way. But we'll see. Well, that little 8-pointer's having a good time hanging out with me. He's not the buck that I'm wanting, but at least he's keeping me company. It's like 5 multiplayer streams a week. No, it's never going to be that. Like I said, I don't want to do too many multiplayer streams within a month, guys, because I want them to feel special to you all. And if we start doing like 2 or 3 of those streams per month, and they're just going to kind of feel like average, like everyday things that we do here on the channel. And I really don't want it to feel that way. I want my channel to, whenever we have our multiplayer streams, I want it to feel special. You know what I'm saying? I don't want it to just become like a normal thing on the channel, if you will. I want it to be something that's like a big event for everybody. So we might go to 2 streams. I mean, we might do 2 multiplayer streams in the future, depending on once we get like a lot of people in here. So maybe after 500 or 1,000, we might bump it up to 2 of them a month. But to kind of give everybody a chance to play with me. But we'll have to see. Like I said, guys, that's TBD. It's to be decided. I'm still working with my channel. I'm still making tweaks and trying to make sure that it's running the way I want it to. as we grow, things are going to change and things are going to be better and get evolved. So we'll see. Let's go, Brendan. Woo! Finally got a diamond potential. Let's go. Uh, Brendan, or Colton, has either one of you guys been watching my Resident Evil series or no? Which it ain't gonna hurt me if you haven't, man. I'm just curious. Have you guys been watching the series at all that's been releasing? I'm gonna have them. I'm trying to make it to where the rest of it's gonna be released next week. I'm pretty sure that it's only gonna be about a 3 to 4 video playthrough. I'll be staying up late over the weekend and trying to finish recording everything I need for the game. All right, that's fine, Brendan. No big deal. Are you guys waiting on Resident Evil 3? Because that one's gonna have my voiceover in it. Like I said, I've already beaten Resident Evil 2, and that's the reason why I'm turning that one into a movie. But I have not played 3, 4, 7, or 8. So all of those are going to be like legitimate my walkthroughs where I'll be actually having my voiceover, and you guys will be hearing my first experiences getting scared and stuff. So I didn't know if you guys would be watching the other Resident Evils or not. Like I said, I'm just trying to figure out who's all watching and who all isn't because it hasn't been doing too well. I think that both part 1 and part 2 have just been in the single digits so far. I don't think that I've even gotten 10 views on them, unfortunately. I've watched the videos and I know that my editing on them is really good. The videos are good, but unfortunately, it's just not attracting an audience. And I'm thinking it's where the game is kind of old now. Also, where my voice ain't in there, sometimes games are hit or miss if it's a playthrough. I'm also just trying to make conversation, so don't feel obligated to have to try to tell me you're going to watch it or anything. Like I said, there's no hard feelings if you're just not interested in it. I'm just trying to figure out who my audience is. Come on, Monster Buck. I know that you're in here. We did see a trophy, but I haven't seen sign of him since. I'm trying to give him all the time I can. He's not up there in the field anymore. And there ain't nothing behind us. I don't know where that trophy buck went. That's fine, Brendan. Like I said, it's a split channel, so it's a double niche channel. So I mean, it's totally fine, man. Like I said, if you're here for my Call of the Wild and my stuff, that is totally understandable. I'm not gonna have any hard feelings to you. Like I said, I'm just trying to figure out who's watching it and who isn't because nobody's commenting on the videos, and and my average view time is just like a couple of minutes at a time. And I'm trying to talk to a few people that's actually watching my stuff, so that way I can figure out what it is about the videos that's not making people want to watch them or if it's because if there's any parts that people are feeling is boring or feeling needs to be edited more, I would like for them to give that feedback to me so that I can make the videos better. But nobody is like, I'm getting barely any likes. I'm getting a few likes per video, but nobody is watching the whole thing. So trying to figure out what if it's literally just boring the content itself or what it is, but. I'm going to play 3 and 4. And if neither one of them do too well this year, I'm probably going to go ahead and have to cancel the Resident Evil series on the channel because I don't want to put something out on the channel that's not going to be something I enjoy. And 7 and 8 are first-person games, so those are better with voiceover. And because of that, I probably won't feature them on the channel if my other ones don't do too good. But we'll see. I mean, they are very big games, and I might get lucky with one of them or something, but I don't know. I appreciate it, man. But you haven't watched it, so I mean, you can't really say. But I appreciate the encouragement, though. I mean, like I said, I try to make it as movie-esque as I can. I don't want it to feel as much like a game as I do want to make it feel like a movie. So, and I'm trying to tell 2 different storylines at the exact same time and put it in my own like version of the story. And some people really like that, and some people are not very big on it. But for my Last of Us Part 2, whenever I made that one, everybody loved that playthrough. And I did the same type of thing on there, but I like really nailed it. Like it really does feel like a movie though. I did an amazing job on that one. Part one was really good too, but the second one has always been one that's drawn a bigger audience. Oh, it trolled. Oh, that's rough, man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that it trolled you, brother. Oh, that's rough. Oh man, I'm sorry. If it makes you feel any better, I saw a trophy buck about 10 minutes ago in real life time, and he still hasn't came into the field. So you and I both are struggling a little bit here. I still got time for him to come in, but it's running low now. I think I've only got about 10 minutes left in the day, and I've only got 5 minutes left in the stream. I'd hate to skip out on this guy, but he may have jumped the fence. Without knowing where he went, deer can leave the property on their own accord on this game. And if the trophy just decided to go to the other field today and then jump the fence and leave the property, no, he's still up there. Okay, I'm going to do something risky. I am going to do something very risky here. I am actually going to try to make it up to the other field. And hopefully I'll be able to get a shot off at him before he spooks. Because that big guy is not wanting to come down here. There goes the 8-point. Yeah, that guy is not wanting to come down here at all. So I'm going to try to make it up there to him. If I spook him, then it ain't no big deal. Like I said, there ain't that much time left on the stream. I would just really like to be able to shoot him to have a trophy at the end of the stream. I'm just going to sneak. And hopefully I'll see him before he sees me. The deer shed right there. I don't know if he's still up here. I may have spooked him. It shouldn't have spooked him because I was sneaking. He was like right here. I think I spooked him off. I either bumped him or something happened. But like I said, that was the end of the stream, so I had no choice. If I wanted to try to get him, I had to come up here. Let me look over the valley. Maybe he went down this way. Whoop. Nope, that's not him. That's that little buck. Only other thing I can think of is to follow the trail this way and see if maybe he went over this hill. You're so close to 4,000 kills. Oh, man. Hopefully you got a great one coming soon, buddy. What's up, VR? You was at camp? Nice, nice. Unfortunately, the stream is just about to end. There was a trophy buck up here at the second field, and it was towards the end of the stream, so I decided to try to come up here and see if I could get him, but I think I spooked him. I snuck all the way in here, but he either made it across the fence before I got here, or I bumped him. Let's see how much time's left. Let me just go and take a peek across the mountain here, guys. If there's any kind of deer at all, we'll shoot it, but I'm pretty sure that we're going to strike out. Had a rough day today on this game. We had 2 trophies, and then the rest of them were little 8 points. But at least we got some. At least we got some deer though today. Yeah, VR. I'm sorry, man. What are you? That is a buck. I think I'll go ahead and just shoot him. He has no idea I'm here, and that's a little guy, but I don't know if I hit him or not. He may have been a little far. Like I said, guys, that was just a last-minute Hail Mary. I don't think I hit him. That wasn't really in range. And long shots like that are really tough to pull off. Alright, guys. Unfortunately, I did miss that deer. I don't see his body anywhere, and I am out of time for the stream. So thank you all so much for being here today. I'm sorry I'm having to get off so quick, but my wife should be getting off work at any minute now. But I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. If you got here late, VR, you can rewind the stream and watch it from the start. We did get both of our trophies on our first map today. But either way, guys, I gotta get off here. I love you all. Make sure you guys subscribe and like the video for me if you don't mind. And I'll see you guys next week for more Call of the Wild. We'll get back on the grinding next week, and then we might do one of these streams again next week as well. But until then, guys, I'll talk to you later. I'll try to have a short out for you guys later on this evening as well, and I'll talk to you guys next week.